Welcome to another Daily Dose of Greatness Quest. Today we're going to talk about authenticity, and this is a perfect follow-up from yesterday where we talked about how it's important to put people first before profit. But the great thing about this authenticity formula, which is the subject for today, is that you can use this to improve your influence with other people. I know you're going to love the show.
Welcome to a Daily Dose of Greatness Quest with your host, Trevor Crane, my daddy. He is going to help you take your life and business to the next level.
Here I come to save the day.
Trevor Crane here, 11-time #1 best-selling author and the founder of Epic Author Publishing, coming to you live every day so you can plug in every day to build your ideal business so you can live your ideal life.
If my daddy can do it, then anybody can do it because he's a weirdo.
You're supposed to make me sound cool. Okay, so I've been studying communication and influence for a long time. I think of it in the context of marketing. I think of it in the context of making a difference in people's lives, in sharing a message, in building momentum and creating change. And what has blown me away is, as a young man, I used to think that I needed to show up a certain way. And maybe to a certain degree I still do, that I need to look a certain way, I need to sound a certain way, that I need to be something that I'm not. But here's what that is. That's a lie. That is bullshit. And people smell it from a mile away. You know, when I was a young man and I went to the singles bar, I don't know if there's ever really a singles bar. I think there's just bars. Okay, so I went to bars. And I was like, hey, baby, how are you doing? I would oftentimes try to dress a certain way, talk a certain way, come up with cute things to say so that they would like me. Now, I wasn't very good at this, but and I didn't necessarily go out just to hook up, but it's the analogy. I mean, the truth is that when I did go out and I was hoping, hey, I'd go out with my friends, I was hoping to meet a girl, I typically wouldn't because I was inauthentic, because my communication sucked. And here, what happened later is that when I had confidence, when I didn't care whether or not I met a hot girl out, when I had a girlfriend, that was specifically it. If I already had a girlfriend and I was out, lo and behold, somebody came up and some attractive woman would be attracted to me because I was able to communicate with authenticity, because I wasn't trying to be something that I wasn't. And if you look at all the great leaders, and lately I've been reading some biographies and autobiographies. I'm reading about Mark Twain right now. I just finished a book by Muhammad Ali. I follow, someone just asked me a question recently about whether or not I thought Tony Robbins was the real deal or if he was just full of crap. And I'll just use these guys as my three examples here. I think that in all three examples, these three humans chose to communicate mostly with raw authenticity. And I want to give you a little formula for that. A friend of mine, Garrett J. White, who's one of my mentors now, I'm in his Wake Up Warrior movement, he has kind of given me these three words that I'm going to give you now. That's a formula for authenticity, and it can help you just remember what it means to communicate with other people, with the people that you care about, with your potential clients, in the context of marketing. But if you just want to be a better guy or a better gal, and you want to have more influence with the people that you care about, just your friends and family, then I think this is going to be really important for you. And I'm going to give you a little challenge today to help you with that so that you can share it with the world. So not just you and me, but I think there is power behind this. So I'll give it to you real quickly. The formula is be real, be raw, and be authentic. Be real, be raw. Oh, and let's go ahead and use another R word because I'm giving you the authenticity formula. It's be real, be raw, and be relevant. See, because if you share a message with somebody that is not real and not raw, see, I used to think I needed to overproduce things. I needed to make them really pretty. I met Grant Cardone, and he and I were talking about how to make our message, my message. I was asking him, hey, brother, you do pretty good with this. How do you create a message that lands with most people? And he said, you know what? I have a whole film crew here. And sometimes we'll do a really overproduced production, whatnot, and put it out. And he goes, but you know what? If I just pull out my iPhone and just shoot something real and on the spot, he goes, I'll get just as much attention, if not more, from one that I just do myself. Like, we are in a world where it's more about promotion than production, which is some of the advice he gave me. Promotion, what you're going to do to promote your message. But if you want to create a message that feels real and authentic, all you got to do is remember these three parts. Be real, be raw, and be relevant. Now, being real is just like, don't bullshit. Just be you. Don't try to pretend to be something that you're not. Oftentimes we think we need to become more and do something else and be something else in order to show up and look good and to win and get the client and get the girl and be cool. But the truth is that what we all really want, if you look at most of the media that goes out there that connects with you, and most of the messages, and most of the comedians and actors and people that like inspire you. I just went to Imagine Dragons last night as a concert, and it was phenomenal. Loved it. In fact, tomorrow's episode is going to be about Imagine Dragons and some things that I've learned from them by studying the lyrics of their music. I think they're amazing. But I believe that they communicate, they're real, they're raw. Raw means that it's just like you share the emotions from your soul. You don't hold anything back. In essence, you get naked. And you share what it feels like, the emotions that you're feeling in the darkest of dark times and in the highest of high times. You just are real and raw. And then the relevancy is that you want to make sure your message makes sense. Like, why are you sharing this message? Like, give it context. Very oftentimes people don't communicate with any kind of context. The context of this podcast is to help you take your life and business to the next level. The whole concept of Greatness Quest as a podcast, maybe you don't even remember why I started this thing, but it is to become your best. When my grandfather passed away at age 92, and he was lying in the bed that he never got out of, he wrote me the last letter he ever wrote me. And in there, I found what I thought was a formula for living a life that was great, for living a great quality of life. And then I started the Greatness Quest podcast. I started off with 12 video episodes, and I made the first one just real. I had really bad hair. I had cold sores all over my face. I didn't frickin' care. I just ripped it. I just was finally called to, you know what? I don't care. I'm just going to frickin' do it. I'm going to do it even though I don't look good, even though I don't know what to say, even though whatever. I'm just going to rip it. And you can go back and see those first episodes if you check out my YouTube channel or trevorcrane.com. You can check those out. But the point is that I got this party started, and I gave it some kind of relevance. Greatness Quest is about becoming your best. That I know you're already awesome so far. It's just how do you become even more awesome? Become your best. That's the measuring stick. And then this formula, be real, be raw, be relevant, is freaking powerful. And I'll give you one more R word. This also came from Garrett J. White. This is just natural, normal, human stuff, though. These words aren't his. They're not mine. They're really yours and ours. And it's to communicate with results. If you're going to share a message that matters with people, instead of telling just your truth, which is cool, that's a phenomenal place to start, but to also share the truths of the people whose lives you've made a difference to. Like to share the real results that are going on that are not pretty and sugar-coated. And I think it's really cool to make your stuff look good and sound good. I think you should do that too. But I'm just giving you an authenticity formula today. Be real, be raw, be relevant in your communication, and then speak in results. The results that you have created for others versus bullshit ideas that you haven't actually implemented. Okay, so now let me give you a little challenge for the day. I think that it would be really powerful if you were to reach out to someone today and share a deep, dark secret. Something that you've been scared of sharing. So, and how about not just do it to one person? I mean, at the minimum, do it to one person. Share a deep, dark secret that you used to hold in your closet, and it's time to air out. It's time to share that vulnerable, how it really make you feel. It's time to share that vulnerability of how it made you feel when you were really uncomfortable and unsatisfied and unhappy. And watch what happens. Now share it with relevance. Share your lesson. Share like why this was an important and powerful time for you. Give them the why, but just be real, raw, relevant, and share your result. Like, what's your lesson from this? What's your tip? Give them one tip. And if you have a big amount of courage here, do it on social media. pick your platform of choice, do a Facebook Live, an Instagram Live, choose something. Write a little post about it. Just open up your Facebook thing and start typing with your thumbs and make it happen. And that's my challenge for you today. Be real, be raw, be relevant, and share some of your results. Give one tip to this insight you had when you were at one of your deepest, darkest times, something that you're scared of sharing, maybe you haven't shared before. And what I think you'll find is that people will celebrate your authenticity, your courage to share a message that is powerful about something that made a difference to you. I know you are powerful beyond measure, and I know that it is just a matter of time for you and I to reach our next level of awesomeness, whatever that is. So make today magnificent, and please show up tomorrow on tomorrow's podcast. I want to share with you a little bit of what I learned from Imagine Dragons and how excited I am about these guys as a band and their lyrics, and I'm just so excited. And they light me up, and I'm hoping that it fires you up as well. All right, have a good one. To get even more awesomeness, which means all my best stuff, download my app by texting Trevor to 36260. It will show up right on your cell phone. Just text message the word Trevor to 36260. Talk to you soon.